Series from Richmond. They'll be going 225 laps tonight. Long one. The stages will break down 70 and then another 70 and then 85 laps for the final stage. With fuel mileage about 45 laps depending on how much you're in the throttle here. If you're like me and you really suck at Richmond, you're going to be out of the throttle most of the time. This is Mountaineer 17, once again broadcasting the Hooters Truck Series. It's been a couple weeks. Last week, Hooters Truck Series ran at Texas, was won by a newcomer, Caleb Hunt 789, and he will look to repeat tonight. Speaking of tonight, on the pole will be Mucka FRR, a newcomer, followed by Scotty Jr. and Scotty D. You can actually see most of our qualifying times on this leaderboard, which is pretty impressive. The Hooters Truck Series brought to you by Big Ten Racing, which will have an exhibition race this Friday at Talladega. I believe our commissioner, Team Jeter, will be streaming on this channel, so you can watch that Friday night at 9 o'clock. And then the week after that, on Thursday, we'll have the Clash and Duels at Daytona, and then Friday, the second Big Ten Racing Daytona 500. We're just waiting for a couple more drivers to join the race tonight. As you can see, we have a lot of new faces, new drivers here. Mucka is a new member. We have Caleb Hunt, who joined last week and got a win. We have Ruby the One, who is not new but will be in a new number. He'll be in the number 20 truck tonight instead of his usual 32. We also have Humpy. You see where he qualified with that time, though he backed out of the party to try and fix his internet connection, so he gave up his qualifying spot. He'll be starting at the back, as well as Extra Seasoning and Ratliff, who are joining late. I believe we'll have 9 or 10 trucks tonight. Pretty solid turnout. Oh, and now Seasoning will not be racing tonight. So we'll have, I believe that's 8 trucks tonight. We'll see when we get in there. So we'll just wait a couple more minutes for these guys to start. JWoww is supposed to be racing tonight, but has not gotten back to us. I don't know when he posted that time, but it would be a very competitive time if he does decide to race. Now we have technical trouble with Scotty D, who qualified third. He's been driving the 10 truck. So the track tonight, Richmond, a short track. We should expect a lot of contact, maybe some yellows. It's been a relatively yellow-free league so far, but short track racing tends to change that. Richmond, a tough track. You really need to have a good rhythm. It's really all about patience, about knowing when to get back to the throttle, when your truck is going to be able to make the exit of the corner. As you can see by that personal best time down there, I'm not particularly good at Richmond. But you can see from this leaderboard there are members of this league that are much better at it. I mean, Mucka apparently is about half a second faster than me on our fastest laps. But yeah, it's just really about, finding the right place in the corner to exit, to hit the gas and just stick it. Because if you do it too early, you're going in the wall. If you do it too late, you're losing a ton of time. The entry, also important, not quite as important, but that's just about hitting your spot, really. And then there's 2 options. You can do the roll method, where you just let off the gas, roll into the corner, get back on the gas. Or you can brake. You can get into the corner later, brake in the middle, and then accelerate off the corner. The braking will definitely wear your tires out faster, will use more fuel, so that's really only recommended if you don't need to save if it's going to be a short run. But we'll see what these drivers decide tonight. Another thing is that these tires, they don't wear very fast, but once they wear, they are gone. Your truck is loose. You really need to watch out for that if they get any long runs. I'm hoping for some long runs, and I mean, crashes are exciting, but we want to see skill win out. We're just waiting on a couple drivers here, and then we'll be ready to start. So, we'll take a look at the standings in the the Hooters Truck Series. Points leader is P. Colligator. He's also the wins leader at 3 wins. He also leads with 5 stage wins. Ruby is second in points right now. He was also the winner at Daytona. The Biscuit, who is out tonight with a migraine, never fun. He sits third in points. He won Dover, I believe. You've got Scotty Jr., won the commissioner. He also won at Talladega. He sits fourth. And then there's Caleb Hunt, last week's winner. He is fifth, and with that win is what puts him in fifth. Extra Seasoning, who will miss tonight due to some personal obligations. He sits sixth. He is the top in points without a win. Scotty D is seventh in points, with D44, who is not racing tonight, sitting in eighth. Ratliff, who we are waiting on, we'll see if he makes the race. He is 1 point behind D44. That's the playoff cutoff right now. Sitting in ninth in points. Thank you, Scotty. Alright, cool. Alright, we just got, from our in-race reporter, Scotty Jr., we got our top 10 for qualifying. So starting on the pole will be Mucka FRR in the 02 truck. He is a newcomer making his Hooters Truck Series debut, followed by Scotty Jr. in the 24, and Scotty D in the 10. In fourth will be Caleb Hunt, last week's winner. He is in the 18 truck. Wade Racer will be fifth in the 23, making his debut. Sixth, Ruby the One, who has been very consistent this season, in the newly numbered number 20 truck. P. Colligator, 3-time winner in the Hooters Truck Series, will start 7th in the 87. JWoww will be in the race. He is currently starting 8th, did not qualify, but you can see he is fast here, so we'll expect him to make his way to the front. Humpy gave up his qualifying position and will start 9th, and then starting 10th will be Ratliff. We're only a couple minutes away from action here. I'll just remind you one more time, Hooters Truck Series Racing brought to you by Big Ten Racing. Big Ten Racing exhibition race this Friday. And the Season 2 debut the following Friday. I'll hope to repeat as champion in Season 2. Should be fun. We're switching over from Heat 4 to Heat 5, which is just a completely different feel, I think, to the driving. I know a lot of people say it's basically the same game, but that driving's very different to me. And in case you don't remember by the big logo in the middle of your screen, this will be at Richmond Raceway. It's a 100% race with 2x tire wear, which will lead to 1 pit stop per stage, I believe, barring cautions, of course. A lot of pit strategy, I expect, if we go green, or if we have yellows. track position is going to be a big deal. The tire fall off. If you only run a couple laps, you can probably get away with 2 tires or staying out. It'll definitely be interesting to see what these drivers do tonight. And definitely will be interesting to see if anybody has problems with anybody else at a short track. Especially because I believe next week we're still short track racing. Yeah, next week they will be at Darlington. Not short track racing, but definitely not a lot of room there. And Darlington will be the cutoff for the playoffs, so these newcomers, they need to win to get in. They don't have time to make up the points. And then round 1 will consist of Kentucky, Martinsville, and Las Vegas. Martinsville in the trucks. That'll be fun. Alright, Ratliff is struggling to go to the PlayStation party. Let's see what we can do about that. Hey, somebody tell Ratliff that all he's got to do is go to the party on the PlayStation menu, and then this should be available to him. Alright, we'll see how that goes here. Alright, sounds like Ratliff has managed to join. We're about to go racing at Richmond. 2 races to the playoffs. It's win and you're in. So Mucka, J-Wow, Wade Racer, all joining tonight. All need a win now. Alright, and we'll be in just a minute. Looks like we'll have... So I should join?
When is a good time to join? Whenever we get to the track loading screen, or the one where it shows the fan tag?
Yeah, I'm gonna join. Alright. Getting ready to go green once again. Your pole sitter will be Mucka. I keep forgetting this for some reason. Mucka on the pole in his Hooters Truck Series debut. Scotty Jr. starting second, the in-race reporter, and Scotty D starting third. Here we go. They are green at Richmond. A good jump from Scotty on the outside. Let's see if he can hold it into 1 and 2. Ooh, Mucka slides up the track. Scotty's going to take the lead. There's contact with the 10. The 10's around already. Reports of Mucka lagging as the 18 gets into the 24 of Scotty. Mucka's taking off now. He'll lead the 18. That's Caleb Hunt in second. He hit the apron and slides up the track. Let's see who's coming for third place. That's the 23 truck. Another newcomer, Wade Racer, and he makes it up to second. Scotty Jr. following. And then the 21, I believe that's J-Wow coming from the back. He gets inside and makes the pass for third. Yeah, that's J-Wow in the 21 truck. Zane Smith piloted truck. Mucka leading with Wade Racer and J-Wow. Almost like all these guys know they need to win. Here comes Scotty Jr. He wants to try and take third place back as they roll through the corners here at Richmond. And just like the last broadcast, we have this nice tire glitch where the tires are just not connected to the trucks in any way. So hopefully that won't be too distracting. 21 inside of the 23, a couple of GMS trucks going at it. For second place, JWoww all over Wade Racer right now. Looks to the outside. No ground gained there. Meanwhile, up in the lead, the O2 of Mucka is taking off. And this is why track position matters. Because right now, JWoww looks to have a pretty fast truck, but he's just stuck behind the 23 of Wade Racer. He gets to the inside here. Can he complete the pass in 3 and 4? Down to the bottom, and he'll take second place. Scotty Jr. can't slide into third. And now JWoww's going to be on a mission to take the lead. We'll go through the field here. It's Humpy. Racing back in 7th position. You've got Ratliff even further back. And he seems to be struggling with the handling of that truck. Might have gotten into an accident or something. Mucka piloting the Tate Fogelman 02 Chevy Silverado. With the lead for now. And here's Scotty Jr. sitting in 4th. Oh, Scotty D and I believe that was the 99 of Ratliff just got into it. Caleb Hunt sitting in 6th. Just got passed by Ruby the 1 in a new number, the 20, which was... Ooh, there's the 99. That was not... Ooh, contact with Ruby. And now contact with the 18. I'm not sure what Ratliff is doing right there. Ratliff a lap down, has been in a couple of incidents already. But you really just don't want to mess with the lead lap drivers, especially this early in the race. And meanwhile, there's a battle for the lead. JWoww has caught Mucka up at the front. Mucka got through 1 and 2 really well there to lengthen his lead. But it looks like JWoww gets him in 3 and 4. Driving that purple number 21 truck. Getting a good run into 3 and 4. That's where he's really beating the O2 right now. Mucka's not going to be able to hold him off for much longer. But you can see these two. The class of the field, clearly they've got a big lead over Wade Racer in 3rd and Scotty to 4th. 21 goes high, back to the bottom. He's got a lane. Gets to the quarter panel and they touch. For the lead, there goes JWoww. Oh, not quite. Can't get it done in 1 and 2. Into 3 and 4. And Mucka once again slides up in 3 and 4, but he still holds the lead as they cross the line. And turn 1, he's just going to give it up this time. JWoww from the back to the front. He is your leader at Richmond. But Mucka is not giving up yet. He gets to the inside. Couldn't quite get there in turn 1. Probably wisely backed out of that move. And you can just see it every time they go through 3 and 4. The 21 of JWoww just pulls away from the O2 of Mucka. 1 and 2 they're about even. Oh, and especially if JWoww's going to hit the apron, that's going to allow Mucka to close up. But they're pretty even in 1 and 2 when JWoww doesn't make a mistake, but 3 and 4. He is outclassing everybody right now. You see Wade Racer sitting in 3rd. And back there we have a battle for 4th. Scotty Jr. Trying to hang on to the spot. Here comes Ruby. And it's Ruby the 1 up to 4th. Which is back where he started. Ooh, contact. A little bump and run from Scotty Jr. That's short track racing right there. Maybe a little early for it, but no harm, no foul. Ooh, Scotty might have hit the wall off too. That's going to allow Ruby to get real close into 3 and 4. Ruby to the bottom. Can't get it done that time. Behind them is the 18 of Caleb Hunt, who won last week at Texas. Ruby gaining on Scotty out of turn 2. And then tries to go the high side in 3. That's not going to work. So Scotty right now beating Ruby in 1 and 2. Or sorry, Ruby beating Scotty in 1 and 2. Scotty winning in 3 and 4. And I'm hearing the 99 truck of Ratliff has lagged out of the race. That's disappointing early finish for Ratliff, although he was already a lap down. Back up front, there's Mucka in 2nd, and you can see that the 21 of JWoww has started to gap him. And he's just not able to reach the bottom in 3 and 4. And JWoww hitting that bottom every time. That's great execution. And 1 and 2, they're about the same height. Little half lane up off the apron. But then 3 and 4, JWoww, not that time. Did not get there that time. Probably Mucka hit it a little better there. But consistency the key. At Richmond, it's very hard to hit your spot lap after lap after lap. JWoww really gets out of turn 2 well that time. Ooh, really loose into 3. That might just be lag from Mucka. Heard reports of him lagging at the start of the race, and you can see the way the truck jumped around there. And here, that he might still be lagging. Meanwhile, here's Scotty Jr. He's in 4th, and you can see he's already lost touch with the rest of the leaders. There's the 18 of Caleb Hunt running 6th. There's Wade Racer in 3rd, and he's almost an entire straightaway behind the leader. Wade Racer trying to hang in there. Just wants his shot. Ooh, taps the wall off 4. Hey Scotty, how many laps to go? 43 laps to go in stage 1, approaching the halfway point of the stage. And the only real action here is this battle 4th, 5th, and 6th. You can see Caleb Hunt has gotten up to 4th, passing both Ruby and Scotty Jr., but Scotty wants that spot back. Looks to the inside off of 2. Can't get there. Ruby hits the wall off 2. Scotty getting into the corners better. Looks like Caleb Hunt a little better on exit. Ooh, Scotty got real loose. He's down in the grass. Scotty spinning down into the grass on the front stretch. There's P. Colligator. Expect way more out of him tonight. He's really struggling early on. Now he's in 6th. Scotty drops to 7th. Not what you want to see. And here's Scotty D going a lap down. So Scotty D got spun on the first lap of the race, and that has now caught up to him, putting the 10 truck a lap down. Looks like he was in test mode there with that paint scheme. And the 02 gets past him, no incident, and wisely, now that he's a lap down, he hits pit road. So Scotty D, the first one on pit road. Caleb Hunt in 4th, has a good gap on Ruby to 5th. Wade Racer all by himself in 3rd, trying not to lose touch with the leader. I guess he's already lost touch, he's just trying to keep it a little bit close. Definitely everybody except that 21 truck just hoping for a caution right now. But mostly clean except for that first lap. Ruby, I talked to Ruby before the race. He said he didn't really have a lot of experience with the trucks, Richmond Heat 5. That he would be learning the track as he went along, so hopefully he can improve in the later parts of this race. He might be a lap down before that can happen, though. Here's P. Colligator running 6th, points leader. Points leader, wins leader, and definitely not the race leader. Really seems to be struggling tonight. And there's JWoww. You can see there's Scotty D about to go 3 laps down here. And up in the distance, you can already see Scotty Jr. So JWoww really putting a hurting on this field. He's going to try and put as many trucks a lap down as he can before the end of this first stage. He's lengthened the lead on the 02 truck of Mucka. Just putting on a clinic tonight. But hey, this is why you get new drivers. You want to increase the overall skill level of your league. And that's what JWoww is doing tonight. Just not making mistakes. It's that simple sometimes. I mean, it helps to be fast, but if you're just not making mistakes, then you're going to beat a lot of people just doing that. And Scotty Jr. hits pit road. And it looks like somebody else is on there with him. P. Colligator hits pit road. Hey Scotty, how many laps to go? Scotty, how many laps to go? Alright, we'll wait for that. P. Colligator and Scotty both struggling early. They were running 6th and 7th, I believe. Actually, Humpy might have gotten past Scotty Jr. He's about to get passed by the 10 truck. That's Scotty D, who has already been on pit road. And Mucka running 2nd. He'll pit. Oh, and we've got a problem. P. Colligator not coming out of the pits because he has lagged out of the race. A devastating blow for the points leader tonight. So we've lost 2 already in this first stage. Really unfortunate. See the 02 already a lap down as the 21 of JWoww gets past him. And up ahead, that's Humpy. He has not pit yet. Hasn't really had an incident, just not making the most speed. And the 10 of Scotty D, who's already pit, but can't get around Humpy. And is falling back into the clutches of JWoww right now. And there goes the 02 truck. He's exiting pit road. He'll stay just 1 lap down. Humpy, he has not yet come in. Oh, and his truck is going everywhere. He might be having some connection issues. And we've got another truck entering pit road. I believe that's Ruby. Yep, Ruby hits the pits. And I think if you can manage it, if your truck isn't trying to wreck you, that you should stay out as long as possible here, and then you'll be able to make up that ground on the back end. So Ruby the one hits pit road. That leaves JWoww and Humpy, I believe, are the only trucks to not pit. Oh, maybe Caleb Hunt has not pit either. And here comes JWoww inside the 10 of Scotty D. That'll put Scotty D 3 laps down. Not going to get to the inside. Oh, he will get to the inside of the 16 here. And the 16 truck of Humpy is now 1 lap down. And let's see if Humpy comes into pit this time. Nope. I think once you're a lap down, though, you really just hit pit road. You just don't have anything to lose at that point. And here comes the 18 of Caleb Hunt. He was up to second with the pit cycle, and now he'll hit pit road. And that leaves 2 trucks. Oh, maybe only 1 truck. The 21 of JWoww on pit road, with just 23 laps left in the stage. So let's see if Mucka, by short pitting, if he gets the lead here. And Scotty Jr. probably had to fix damage on that pit stop. Cost him more time. So right now, he's just trying to stay on the lead lap because that 02 truck should come out the leader. And you can see Mucka really gaining off of turn 4 there. And he will pass the 21 and take the lead. So Mucka, your leader at Richmond once again, the pole sitter. He'll look to the inside to put Scotty a lap down. And Scotty not going to fight this early. So let's see, you can see the 21 truck in the distance. That's how much time he lost to Mucka, about half a straightaway on pit road. And Scotty really struggling with the handling of that truck. He just cannot keep it on the bottom. He's going to easily get passed by the 21 here shortly. But the 02 of Mucka, the 21 of JWoww, they are in a different class right now. JWoww can't get Scotty that time. Into 1. Scotty does a good job getting to the bottom. JWoww not having a lot of patience for it. And JWoww really needs to use those fresh tires, make up ground. And you can see he's shrinking that gap with the 02 truck of Mucka. Ooh, missed turn 1 badly there. But this is the battle right now. Mucka versus JWoww for the stage win. Hey Scotty, how many to go? "17 laps in stage 1. JWoww steadily eating into Mucka's lead right now. Now, catching somebody, passing somebody, those are 2 different things, especially at a short track like Richmond. It'll be interesting to see if JWoww will be willing to use the bumper to get this stage win, or if he even needs to, the way that Mucka is missing these corners. Yeah, right now JWoww's just much faster than Mucka. $15 to go. JWoww all over Mucka. $14. He might have a runoff of 2. Gets to the quarter panel. Down the backstretch. Mucka clears. They'll go back into 3 and 4. And Mucka tapped the apron. That's going to cost him. Here comes JWoww. He's at the door. They are side by side into 1. Mucka pinching him down low. But JWoww just got clear. Here comes Mucka trying to cross over. He gives the bumper to JWoww. JWoww's unaffected. Great driving by the 21 truck right there. And now he is in control once again with a stage win in sight. And if you're wondering what happened to 3rd place, here's Wade Racer in the Brett Moffitt number 23 GMS Chevrolet, and you can just barely see the O2 truck heading into turn 3 as Wade Racer exits turn 2. That's just how much further ahead the 21 and the O2 are than the rest of the field. Right now, Scotty Jr. in position for the free pass when the yellow comes out. But the 21 truck, he can see Ruby and Caleb Hunt. They are currently battling for position with 2 trucks flagged out. I believe we have another 2 trucks a lap down. So that would be they're battling for 6th place. Yeah, that should be 4th, 5th, and 6th. And now Wade Racer has gotten past Scotty. There's Scotty D. Going very slowly. Oh, we have a yellow. What happened? Waiting word on what caused that caution. Pits are now open. 21 and 02 both stay out. So Scotty Jr. is going to get his lap back. Scotty Jr. going to the inside. He gets the lap back. Hey, Scotty, what caused that caution?
I got loose coming off the turn 2, and I spun out and took the, I think it was the 02 with me.
Alright, so Scotty spun, and I believe he spun into the 23 of Wade Racer with a 2-truck incident. That brings out the yellow. And I think just about everybody's got to come down here. The 16 not on the lead lap, and the 10 not on the lead lap. So they stay out. And the 21 of JWoww leads them down pit road. Those 4 lead lap trucks. Wade Racer might have already been on pit road. Yeah, Wade Racer is already on pit road to repair damage. So I believe he'll start in the back. There goes Scotty D and Humpy, who are both a lap down. They both hit pit road. Scotty Jr. on pit road as well. I'm hearing that we will go green with 3 laps to go. JWoww wins the race off pit road, followed by the 02, the 20, and the 18. Oh, so is the 23 the leader? Oh, so the 23 gets the lead here. I'm not really sure how he got the lead. They're going to try to go green here. Not sure how Wade Racer ends up with the lead, but he's got a good chance to steal a stage right here. And he gets a great jump, as does Ruby the 1. He'll try and hold off the 0-2 for third, maybe even take second. Down into 1. Ruby side by side with the 21. You can see the 0-2's lag is back. He was all over the place there. He gets contact from Humpy right into Ruby. Oh, and Scotty D is in the wall. Caleb Hunt around. That's 2 trucks. But they can't call a yellow. Oh, the caution came out. That ends the stage. Wade Racer. It's the 23, 21, 02, 20, and 24, the top 5 at the end of the stage. Wade Racer steals a stage win. Not really sure how he got the lead out of that sequence. But hey, a stage win is a stage win. And you saw Caleb Hunt and Scotty D both got into it. I imagine we'll see trucks stay out here. And another thing we gotta watch going forward, the 0-2 of Mucka in a crowd definitely has lag. You just saw it affect with Humpy and Ruby. Alright, Wade Racer, Mucka both stayed out. Everybody else, I believe, came in. Here we go. And Mucka, whew, not good through 1 and 2. That really hurt Ruby as well. Oh, the 21 just lagged out. The 21 of JWoww, he had the dominant truck, but he lags out. Causes a huge stack up behind Wade Racer. They are still battling hard for second. Oh my god. Wade Racer having... Oh, here comes Humpy making a bold move inside Ruby. Caleb Hunt currently holding second. Humpy looking to take it. Ruby gets inside of Humpy for third. They go side by side off of turn 2. Holding up the 0-2 now, who's got to be the favorite. Oh, we got a problem. The 0-2 of Mucka got on the apron and spun. I don't know if he collected Scotty, either of the Scotties, but they are gonna go under yellow. He must have collected one of the Scotties. Ooh, the 18 of Caleb Hunt just hit the wall hard. An eventful start to stage 2. The entire race has been changed. Pit road is open this time. We'll see if Wade Racer, Caleb Hunt, and Ruby take advantage. Humpy 4th, Scotty Jr. in 5th. We have now had 3 trucks lag out of the race, including the 21 of JWoww. Ooh, Scotty stayed out. Oh, the 18 stayed out as well. So Wade Racer, Ruby, Humpy all on pit road with Scotty D and the 0-2 of Mucka. But we had JWoww, who was easily the fastest truck in the race, lag out. Now it's gonna be, it looks like the 23 only took 2 tires. The 10 also takes 2. And then the 20 and the 16. And the 0-2 come off. And right now, the 18... Oh, the 18 just lagged out. The 18 truck had problems getting onto pit road where the game did not acknowledge that he was on pit road. I believe he put it in reverse. If you go backwards online, you get booted. So that's 4 trucks out of this race. Yep, we have confirmation he went into reverse in heat. You go into reverse in an online lobby, you get booted. So that puts Scotty Jr. in the lead as we are prepared to restart with just 6 trucks left in the race. Scotty Jr., Wade Racer, Scotty D, and Ruby. Then Humpy. Oh boy. Scotty D did not get going at all. Now, can Scotty Jr. steal a win tonight? He's got to hold off Wade Racer for now. Wade Racer already to the back bumper of the 24. Then it's Ruby, then the O2 truck, who was very strong in stage 1, the pole sitter Mucka. Oh boy! And it looked like the 23 of Wade Racer hit the wall in turn 1. Got that inside wall of pit road. And this is the problem, the O2 truck, he's lost track position and he's not gaining it back. Track position, track position, track position, it's so important. Wade Racer's gotta run. Scotty's not gonna block. He does block, gets to the apron, just holds onto his truck. But the 23 gets the outside and hits the wall into Ruby. And it collects the O2. Yellow is out. The yellow is out. Ruby is going to get the lead. Mucka will finish that run in second. Pit road is open now. Wade Racer spun. Collected Mucka, collected Humpy, collected Scotty D. Oh, whew. This is still stage 2, folks. Ruby hits pit road. And it looks like he's followed by everybody. With just 6 trucks, it's really hard to not take advantage of tires. They're all free in a video game. Ruby beats Scotty off pit road. Then the O2 will restart third. Okay, so we will restart next time by Ruby leads, followed by Scotty Jr. Now, if I was Ruby, because that O2 truck has been strong tonight, the O2 of Mucka, I would take the outside on this restart, try and pin Mucka behind the 24 truck of Scotty Jr. But Ruby looks like will take the inside, and I would not be surprised if the O2 of Mucka is quickly back in the lead. How many laps to go? They will go green with 55 laps in this stage. Oh boy. Alright, They'll get lined up here. And Ruby gets a great jump. The 0-2 drops to 4th. And the 23 of Wade Racer takes a look. Can't get to the inside of Scotty Jr. They all just barely avoid the wall off of 2. This is Ruby's first time out front tonight. Goes all the way down to the bottom on the front stretch. Trying everything he can to hold on to that lead right now. Wade Racer 3rd. Mucka 4th. And Ruby flips up the track into turn 3. Here comes Scotty Jr. looking for the lead. Gets to the quarter panel. Makes the move into 1. Ruby's got to take the high side. Just kept it off the wall, but Scotty's going to take the lead. Wade Racer's coming for 2nd. Contact between Wade Racer and Ruby. Here comes the 0-2. He's going to look to pass 2 trucks at once. Mucka making a big move into 2nd. Can't clear, makes contact. Ruby coming back for 2nd. Mucka in the wall. They are 3 wide. Ruby, Wade Racer battle for 2nd as Scotty Jr. drives away. And Ruby clears Wade Racer, but Wade Racer makes a move. The crossover. Ruby takes turns 2, 3, and 4 really well there, but it's not enough to hold off Wade Racer. Wade Racer gonna get 2nd. Once again, though, the 0-2 truck of Mucka trying to pass 2 trucks at once. He gets on the apron, and he gets spun by Ruby. Into Scotty, into Humpy. That's gonna bring out the yellow. The yellow is out. Mucka making a big mistake, getting on the apron, getting turned around. Mucka really struggling in this traffic right now. Scotty Jr. the leader. Wade Racer 2nd, Ruby 3rd. And I imagine we'll see everybody once again on pit road. Well, we won't see it because we skipped that with heat, but I imagine everybody will be on pit road. Scotty Jr., Wade Racer, Ruby, Mucka, Humpy, Scotty D. That's the top, well, the only 6. Oh, Ruby makes contact with Wade Racer in turn 2. They are already fanning out for 2nd. Wade Racer clears. Here comes Humpy making a big move, and he's around and into Scotty D. That's a yellow. Well, no call for a yellow. Scotty D was able to stay on course. They get to the line here. It looks like they keep on going. Alright, so Humpy around. Not enough to bring out a yellow. Wade Racer in 2nd. Ruby holding on to 3rd. The 0-2 truck of Mucka in 4th. Good battle for 3rd here between Ruby and Mucka. Ooh, Ruby just got into the wall. That's going to allow Mucka to get a big run into 3. And not clear, though. Ruby battling back on the outside. Down the front stretch into 1. Now clear. But Ruby crosses Mucka over. Mucka into the wall, Ruby back into 3rd. And in the meantime, I missed it, but Wade Racer took the lead from Scotty. This is exactly what Wade Racer needs to do. But Scotty's battling hard. Scotty drifts up there. You see the 0-2 getting a good run on Ruby. That's 3rd, and he's clear. Ruby's going to try the crossover again. Ruby, giving the 2 of Mucka all he can handle right now. Ruby back into 3rd. And Ruby doing nothing wrong. This is what he's known for. He is difficult to pass. He will fight you for every spot. Nothing wrong with it. But if you're Mucka, you have got to be annoyed. You know you have the fastest truck left in this field with JWoww lagging out. And he just cannot get around Ruby the 1 right now. While Wade Racer is just driving away. And it could also be Ruby, like I said earlier, coming into this with no experience racing the trucks at Richmond on Heat 5. And he has been given the chance to learn the track. And you can see him right now pulling away from Mucka. Running really solid laps right now. And I say that and then he drifts way up the track because that's the commentator's curse right there. Hearing from our in-race reporter that he is 1 lap to the good on fuel. He had just had a rough turn 3. Ruby is going to make the move for 2nd. Can't complete the pass there. Down the backstretch side by side with the 24 of Scotty. Does not give Scotty any room but the 0-2. Mucka saw an advantage. Dove it into turn 3. Now into 1. Can he get clear of Ruby? Yes. Wade Racer has a big lead on this group, but it's Wade Racer, Scotty, and then Mucka, Ruby. Let's see, then it is the 10 truck of Scotty D. Back in 5th and back in 6th. Humpy, who had an issue at the start of this run. But really, the story right now, Mucka gonna try and drive through this field and catch Wade Racer before the end of the stage. But also, I'm hearing we are right on the edge of the fuel window. So Scotty Jr., he is saying he is about maybe a lap to half a lap short. I don't know where the other drivers are. And is there any saving going on? It should be fairly easy to save at a track like Richmond, but of course, no matter where you are, if you're saving fuel, you're going to lose time. Which right now, Mucka, he just wants to make up time. Getting a solid run on Scotty Jr. here. Gonna look for 2nd. Backs out. Wants to make that move on the exit, not the entry of the corner. And he does make the move on exit. Gets door to door, now gets even with Scotty Jr. into 1. And Mucka just getting out of the corner so much smoother than his competitors. Mucka up to 2nd. Scotty Jr. gets on the apron, saves it, but will lose ground as he flips up the track. Mucka up to second. What does he have for Wade Racer right now? Can't really get away from Scotty at the moment. Now the 0-2 was really strong in stage 1, but something he struggled with, he was a little inconsistent, and you can see it right now as Scotty Jr.'s gotten right back to his back bumper. And that's what allowed the 21 JWoww while he was still in the race to catch, pass, and then drive away from the 0-2 with his inconsistency. But Mucka definitely has the speed to win tonight. And of course, between him and Wade Racer, the winner gets a playoff berth. The loser's got to try to win at Darlington next week, or else they'd miss the playoffs. There's the 16 of Humpy coming into picture. He will be going a lap down shortly. Now, a reminder, I know we've had a lot of excitement tonight. This is still stage 2. And this battle for the lead, the gaps are shrinking. And Wade Racer getting around the 16 of Humpy. Now Mucka will do the same, but Mucka gets right to the back bumper of Wade Racer. The next mistake could cost Wade Racer the lead. Mucka to the inside. Clear of Wade Racer, crosses over, gets to the back bumper, Mucka holds him off. So Mucka, driving through the field, reclaims the top spot. And you can still see Scotty Jr. He's going to be looking at Wade Racer for second because he's been gaining on Wade Racer the past 10 laps or so. Ooh, gets way loose off two. Now the other question, fuel mileage here. Because Mucka just, he wasn't saving as he rode down the 23 truck. Not really able to drive away right now. And we saw that when he passed Scotty Jr., just couldn't quite get going right away. Mucka FRR, then Wade Racer, then Scotty Jr. Ruby is in 4th. Scotty D in 5th, and Humpy a lap down in 6th. Now Humpy spun early in the road. Oh, Scotty Jr. just pancaked the wall off too. And I think something's wrong with that 24 truck. He is really struggling right now. I don't know if it's just a truck that goes away on the long run. And he has lost touch with the leaders. He was closing in on Wade Racer to make a battle for second, but now has dropped well off of that lead group. Still sitting in 3rd though. Oh, gets on the apron there. And when you have a loose truck, that's the last thing you want to do. Smacks the wall off of turn 2. Scotty Jr. really struggling with the handles. We'll go on board the Hooters number 24. Pretty clean turn there. And then right down on the apron, you can tell he's really struggling to hit his marks. Maybe his marks have just changed with the way his truck is handling. But 3 and 4 definitely worse than 1 and 2. And I mean, you can just hear how long he's out of the throttle in 1 and 2. Hearing reports that Scotty might be a lap short on fuel. We got real loose off 4. We have 12 laps left in the stage. Scotty well out of the groove. And he's out of the throttle so long right now, and still short on fuel. You have to imagine these other trucks are going to be about a lap short as well. Here's the 23 of Wade Racer. He hasn't really lost touch with the 02 of Mucka, but definitely not able to run him down right now. We have 10 laps left in stage 2. It'll be 85 more laps in stage 3. Wade Racer missing the corner there. That's going to allow the 2 of Mucka to pull away a bit. If you're just joining us, we've had 4 trucks, unfortunately, lag out or otherwise get booted from the party, including last week's winner, Caleb Hunt, and the dominant truck, the 21 of JWoww, as well as the 87 of P. Colligator, a 3-time winner of the Hooters Truck Series. So, really unfortunate for those guys, but it's given an opportunity to the 2 of Mucka, the 23 of Wade Racer. Both newcomers to the series, both need to win to get into the playoffs. Hey Scotty, how many to go? There will be 5 to go this time by. And still, we haven't seen any activity on pit road. Here's Ruby and Scotty battling for 3rd. It'll be interesting to see who blinks first, who makes a move to pit road as the laps wind down. Ooh, Scotty bounces off the wall. Ruby has to go high to avoid him. 3 to go this time. And they have to pit here. Oh, Ruby! Scotty off the wall, into Ruby, back into the wall. Ruby takes 3rd. So far, nobody on pit road. Mucka will bypass pit road again. Mucka and Wade Racer. This is the battle for the stage win. Mucka should be coming to take the white flag here. He has not run out yet. And it looks like he won't run out. Mucka, Stage 2 winner. Wade Racer second. Ruby will take third. Oh, Scotty Jr.'s out of gas now, but makes it to the end of the stage. Scotty D fifth. Humpy will be in sixth. He'll get the free pass. So right now, Mucka has established himself as the driver to beat as they enter stage 3. Wade Racer in second. He hopes to have something for Mucka here in the final stage. And of course, cautions can change things, pit strategy can change things. Everybody should be taking 4 here. So the 23 of Wade Racer wins the race off pit road. I wonder how he did that. Here we go. Last stage at Richmond. Wade Racer gets clear for the lead. Ruby gets clear for second. Contact between Mucka and Scotty Jr. Mucka dropping back to fourth. Scotty clears, Mucka crosses over there. Not three wide. Scotty D could not get to the inside. Mucka trying to get back to the third position. Ruby trying to get to Wade Racer. Here comes Mucka. Inside on Scotty for third position. They touch in one. Mucka will clear. So I guess Wade Racer just plain beat Mucka off pit road. Maybe Mucka had some damage he needed to repair, because it looks like Wade Racer took all 4 tires the way he's driving right now. Oh no! What happened to Scotty? He's on pit road now. Scotty, what happened? I think he's lagged out of this race. So that leaves just 5 trucks, and we've lost the in-race reporter. Yeah, I kind of figured that out. Alright, Wade Racer leads. Ruby the 1, second, and Mucka in third. Wade Racer driving away. We saw the last stage, Mucka and Ruby had a very good battle, but Mucka's not going to be interested in a battle. He just... Yeah, I'll probably have to try that.
Just join a party and just listen and just mute your mic whenever you gotta talk.
Yeah, pretty much just keep my mic muted the whole time. You too.
engines tonight. Virtual blown engines.
Yeah. Hey, Ruby.
What's up, man?
Thanks for calling.
No worries. How you doing,
Alright, so we've got the in-race reporter situation sorted out. Now it's Ruby. We're down to 5 trucks right now, with Scotty lagging out. So Wade Racer leads, the 2 of Mucka in second, Ruby in third, Scotty D in fourth, and Humpy in fifth. So definitely a lot of problems tonight. With the 99 of Ratliff, the 24 of Scotty, 87 of P. Colligator, the 21 of JWoww, who was very strong early in the race. And then, most recently, the 24 of Scotty Jr. Bit by the internet bug. Oh, hey, I never noticed they include a little virtual crew on top of your pit box. Anyway, Wade Racer leads by a healthy amount over Mucka. So they should have to pit one time this stage to get to the end. Everybody did a pretty good job of fuel saving on the last run of stage 2, so I don't expect that to be a problem here. I also don't expect a yellow, just because we only have 5 trucks left. They're all pretty spread out right now. Hey Ruby, how many laps left?
64.
We have 64 laps left in the race. About to be 63 as Wade Racer makes his way through turns 3 and 4. Just being nice and smooth, that's all he's got to do. You know that the 2 of Mucka might be a little faster, but he's also a little more mistake prone. If you can just keep it nice and smooth, maybe you can last the last 61 laps of this race. But they are both pulling away from Ruby, who at the least is going to have a good points day. Should wind up finishing third. You never know. If we do get a yellow, you get strategy, you get restarts, things can change. Both Wade Racer and Mucka bounce off the wall there. And Mucka gets the apron. This is why Wade Racer's in a great position. Mucka might be faster, but he's just not quite consistent enough. Now he did run down Wade Racer at stage 2, get the stage 2 win. Wade Racer won stage 1, thanks to a conveniently timed caution. But the story of this race was JWoww, who drove from the back up to the front, and then back to the front again, and then got parked by the NASCAR internet officials. And as Mucka does not make mistakes, he does gain on Wade Racer for the lead. A nice clean 1 and 2 for both drivers. You can see Ruby in the red number 20 truck. They're in third place. Meanwhile, Scotty D and Humpy have both fallen out of the picture entirely. So the pit strategy here is going to be pretty straightforward. You just go until you can't go no more, and then make your pit stop and hope you have enough to make it to the end from there. Shouldn't be a problem the way that these guys handled the end of stage 2. And right now the 2 truck of Mucka, he is closing in, making things interesting. Alright, and before we get the battle for the lead, we're gonna do a little crank it up Richmond style. Alright, and we're back. We've got a battle brewing for the lead. Wade Racer trying to hold off the number 2 of Mucka, who sat on the pole, who won stage 2. Wade Racer, winner of stage 1. And both drivers need this win to lock them into the playoffs, which will start in just 2 weeks. And Wade Racer able to gap Mucka this past couple laps. Here comes the 2 of Mucka. See if he can get a run here. A very nice 3 and 4. Mucka entering a little higher. Ooh, that time too high. But he really makes up for it on exit. Gets to the bumper. Uses the bumper. He's got a run off of 4. Wade Racer keeps it clear. Mucka again goes to that high entry. He turns down off the corner, tries to get a run down the backstretch. Wade Racer closing the door. Mucka not gonna push the issue just yet. I bet after the final pit stop he would be much more willing to use the bumper right there if Wade Racer closes the door like that again. And Wade Racer just not going to give him the opportunity that he's looking for on the entry of 3. That's where Mucka wants to make his move. And like Mucka got loose there. Hey Ruby, how many to go? Wade Racer's put a little bit of a gap between him and Mucka. You have 43 laps to go. They should be good from here if and when they pit. And Ruby is almost entirely faded from view. You see Humpy on pit road. Oh, the two trying the high side. He'll try the high entry, low exit strategy. But Wade Racer keeping the door shut right now. There's a little more contact. Just Mucka letting Wade Racer know that he's there. That time I think Mucka really tried to get to the inside, but Wade Racer got the door closed just in time. Throwing those Logano-like blocks right now. Mucka's gonna get a good run into one. Uses the high entry. But Wade Racer doesn't give him anything on exit. Ruby just entirely gone from view right now. 10 of Scotty D is exiting pit road. And it looks like the O2 will hit pit road. So Wade Racer's gonna go long. Ruby going long as well. But Mucka, Ruby's gonna pit this time by. We'll see. Wade Racer on pit road. So Wade Racer stays out that extra lap. That should allow Mucka to just take the lead here. We'll go on board with him. This is a very important out lap. He wants to get the lead. Now once one of them hits pit road. So Mucka hit pit road first, which I think was the right call. I think that to counter that, the 23 of Wade Racer, he needed to stay out as long as possible, really get a huge advantage on tires. But now, he's stuck in second, and the tire difference is minimal. So I really like the position that Mucka is in the lead. Tires almost even. I would take Mucka's position over Wade Racer's. Oh, Wade Racer just lagged out. We just lost Wade Racer. We are down to 4 trucks. Wade Racer battling for the win and gets hit by those internet gremlins. So, well over. We have 6 of our 10 entrants done for the night. Ruby just called this race the Battle of the Internet. Whose Wi-Fi will last the longest at this point. So I guess move Ruby up to second. Humpy, I believe, is the third place truck right now. And there's Scotty D. Just ahead of the leader, Mucka. So Mucka pretty much uncontested here. Hey Ruby, let me know how many laps. Alright, 29 to go. And unless something drastic happens, Mucka's got this thing all wrapped up with a bow. So a very disappointing end to the race for the 21 of JWoww, the 87 of Colligator, the 99 of Ratliff. Most recently, the 23 truck of Wade Racer, who was making me confuse my R's and W's all night. And was also contending for the win. 10 of Scotty D just got into the wall. He is just barely on the lead lap right now. And hey, if he lags out, you'll see it from Mucka's on board. And Mucka actually was dealing with some lag earlier in the race, so he's got to be at least a little bit nervous about his chances to make the rest of this thing. So the only thing that can really, other than, of course, an virtual blown engine, as I've heard it called, the only thing that can really mess up Mucka is if he wrecks. So he's got to be nice and careful right now. He's got maybe half a track on Ruby. There's Ruby. Ruby started the night in 6th. Mucka started on the pole. Yeah, so Mucka about half a track ahead of Ruby. Just don't spin. If you're Mucka, that's all you gotta be thinking right now. It's been very conservative. Hasn't really gained a whole lot on Scotty D. Has no need to put him a lap down. Clips the apron there. So a race summary. The 2 of Mucka making his debut started on the pole. Drove away from the field, except for the 21 of JWoww also making his debut, who started in the back. JWoww drove through the field, took the lead from Mucka, and then on pit stops, Mucka got the lead back with strategy, but JWoww once again drove past him. With less than 10 laps to go in stage 1, a yellow flew, and that allowed Wade Racer to take the lead and hold on for the stage 1 win. Also in stage 1, Ratliff, Colligator. I think one other driver. Might have just been Ratliff and Colligator that lagged out in stage 1. In stage 2, Mucka got shuffled. Wade Racer held the lead, and while in second place, JWoww lagged out. An unfortunate end to his debut. Mucka caught Wade Racer, ended up winning stage 2, but in the process we lost Caleb Hunt, who could not get on pit road for whatever reason, and when he backed up to try to do it, the game booted him. We also lost Scotty Jr. at the beginning of stage 3 due to lagging out. And then, most recently, after our last round of pit stops, Wade Racer came out second with fresher tires. Then Mucka, just barely fresher tires. But Mucka gets to breathe easy because Wade Racer met his internet connection fate and lagged out. So we are down to 4 trucks. Mucka in the lead as the laps wind down. Ruby all the way back here in second. Way behind. Third place right now is Humpy, who's at least within spitting distance of Ruby. Fourth place, 1 lap down, is Scotty D, who started the race in third and hasn't really done much since. Let's see, struggling with the handle of that truck. Hey Ruby, how many to go? 14 laps to go. And Ruby just tapping the wall. So if you're right now everybody's just holding their position. All so spread out, just hoping somebody in front of them makes a mistake. Not hoping somebody in front of them lags out. You never root for that, but Mucka just took 12 to go. He can see Humpy up ahead of him. Probably won't get to Humpy before the end of this race. Ten laps left for Mucka. Mucka just keeps making laps, just don't make any big mistakes, and you will be just fine to get to the end here. So he'll be the second straight driver to win in their debut of the Hooters Truck Series. The third overall, as Ruby, of course, won the first race. Ruby gonna grab a second place tonight, which will help him in the points, especially with Colligator's unfortunate end to the night. Got to log off early. Well, Solid Rock Carriers. They don't know it, but they are getting a lot of good advertisement right now. How many laps to go? Alright, Mucka taking the 5 to go this time by. Oh, he's taken up against the wall. Very relaxed right now, I imagine, if you're Mucka. through 3 and 4. Now 4 to go. So just really disappointing that we were robbed of a late battle between Mucka and Wade Racer. We were robbed of JWoww. Mixing it up with those two. Maybe Peak Holigator gets his handling together. We're down to, I believe, 3 to go there. But the internet sometimes is cruel. Definitely cruel to several drivers tonight. Mucka will take 2 to go this time. Let's see Humpy up ahead, he's in 3rd. Mucka takes the white flag. The 225th lap at Richmond. Mucka, a battle of attrition. But hey, a win's a win. He'll be locked into the playoffs. Mucka wins at Richmond. Ruby 2nd. Humpy will come up for 3rd. And Scotty D winds up 4th. So a brutal night for several, but Mucka locks himself into the playoffs. Next week, Hooters Truck Series will be coming from Darlington. This is Mountaineer 17, signing off.